I honestly think it's just a Liberal ploy of going after the wrong people. It's not actually doing anything. It's a ploy for their election so that they can look like they're trying to do something that's good to take away the guns, yet that's not where the gun problem is.
We're going to make it mandatory that these guns are sold back to the government for destruction or else be rendered fully and permanently inoperable. You can't buy these guns. You can't sell these guns. You can't use these guns. And even if you own one today, no one gets a pass. Community safety is not up for negotiation with the gun lobby. And you certainly don't hand them the pen to write your platform. That was his choice. It'll never be ours.
The Liberals want to shut this down. They do not want this as part of their Canada. They do not respect the rights and freedoms of Canadians, and they certainly don't want events like this to be commonplace in the future.
Hey guys, what's up? Tabitha Peters here for Rebel News, and I'm currently in the GTA at TAC Home, Canada's tactical and competitive shooting sports show. Today, we're going around asking gun owners how they feel about Bill C-21. This event brings together gun lobby groups, manufacturers, retailers, and enthusiasts. And all of these people have been under attack by the Trudeau Liberals through a series of gun bans that began in May 2020. As a result, thousands of models of Canadian hunting and sports rifles, as well as handguns, have been banned. To stay informed and to take action, please go to handsoffourguns.ca.
We also froze the national market for handguns. And we expanded background checks to keep firearms out of the wrong hands. And these are examples of what we're doing to reduce the amounts of firearms circulating in our streets. But that's just the first step. Secondly, we're doing more to address smuggling and trafficking. We just passed Bill C-21 in the House, and this bill includes increased maximum penalties for gun traffickers, as well as new firearm-related offenses and strengthened penalties.
Today, we are going to talk to gun experts, a step that Justin Trudeau did not take before implementing these bans. Let's hear what they have to say.
I think the government has overreached way too much, and there's no one to really stop them. And my personal belief is that the only way to change the gun laws in Canada is to get more women shooting.
It's also part of the Canadian culture too. Hunting, sports hunting is part of our Canadian culture. I think there's really need to be a better approach to how they really look into banning guns. And if they're doing that, they should actually put more focus on make sure securing our border of illegal guns that are moving across the country.
I think it's going to be a huge detriment to the sport and the livelihoods of so many people. Like, I'm part Indigenous. My grandmother was status Indian, and she went through the whole 1970s of getting her status revoked and all that, from women rights and everything. So now all that's coming back, and now we've got this guy who's going to take away part of our heritage doing that. No, I don't know. I think it's just something that if we all work together, we can get through this. And, you can't be divided. You can't be divided. If everyone's on the same page and we work together, we can make a difference in the next couple of years. I think so.
Well, we really don't like it because I honestly think it's just a Liberal ploy of going after the wrong people. It's not actually doing anything. It's a ploy for their election so that they can look like they're trying to do something that's good to take away the guns, yet that's not where the gun problem is. It's the illegal guns, it's the street guns. If you go actually look at the statistics on how much gun crimes from legal gun owners, it's virtually none. Like they say, there's thousands and thousands of hunters that go in the bush at one time of the year for 2 weeks, and they all have rifles and they're all hunting, shooting deer, and nobody gets hurt. So it just goes to show you an example of where the actual problem is. I think they should be focusing on the actual problem, but this is just a ploy to pretend they're doing something so they can get reelected.
Bill C-21. Well, there's just no other way to say that. We're here at TACOM 2023, and the majority of the Canadian firearms industry is here. Owners, users, manufacturers, distributors. The Liberals want to shut this down. They do not want this as part of their Canada. They do not respect the rights and freedoms of Canadians, and they certainly don't want events like this to be commonplace in the future. We're here to protect that. And like Rick says, there is strength in numbers. Our membership has expanded massively in the last few years, okay? Because when the rights and freedoms of Canadians is under attack, put under attack like a government like this one, they fight back. Okay, and that is really, really gratifying. It's the same as what happened back during long gun registry in the 1990s and early 2000s, when people saw that their rights, freedoms, and property were going to be taken away by a Liberal government. Eventually, they defeated that Liberal government. And that's what's going to happen to this one too. You know, rest assured that Justin Trudeau will not get away with all of the things they've done. Bill C-71, the May 2020 OIC, Bill C-21 coming up. We're going to roll this back, and working with a new government, with a new Conservative government, we're going to institute firearms law reforms.
From Canada's national firearms perspective, C-21 is nothing more than a Liberal gun grab with no basically hanging people out to dry with the firearms they have in their possession now and getting rid of handguns, specifically by attrition. The Liberals started this bill as a bill to supposedly stop crime in Toronto and major cities across Canada, but this bill doesn't do any of that. This bill directly hits law-abiding firearms owners across Canada. But there's several amendments that were added to the end of C-21 that affects firearms owners in all parts of the shooting industry, not just handguns. It affects us all and personal property owners across Canada.
In terms of gun retailers and buyers, how do you think they're affected with this new ban that is now in place?
Well, obviously it's a big ban because they've got a big problem for them because they've brought in all of this stock, right? So I think for them, it is, what are they going to do with this stock? How are they going to sell? And unfortunately, a lot of smaller shops like that can't deal with that sort of thing. So it's going to be a hard hit for them.
Well, it's certainly affected every firearm owner in Canada. Like people's property that they held, firearms, handguns, now has no value in Canada. And it's gone so far as that under C-21, you can't even leave your firearms to an offspring in your will. So the people that own the firearms now, the handguns under C-21, are the people that will have to keep those, and when they pass away, then the police will have to confiscate them all.
How do you feel about the government focusing more on people who are legally allowed to own guns instead of people who are actually causing crime illegally with guns on the street?
Well, I think that's part of the Liberal agenda, is to take firearms away from all Canadians. And obviously the Liberals don't care about public safety, because they'd be dealing with the people that are importing firearms illegally, using firearms illegally, and that's where they should be headed.
Right, exactly, right? They say, I think some of the record is guns coming out from the US, I think is where a lot of these guns are coming from that are illegal guns that people are dealing, and that's not the focus, right? Where that's exactly where it should be. The money should be put there, not spending, I don't know how many billions the gun buyback program is going up to right now, and they're doing that, and it's not going to be for anything, and it's not going to make almost any difference on the streets. So why not use that money towards something that's securing our borders and doing something that's going to do better to actually protect Canada?
Hey guys, we're just wrapping it up here at TACHOME. If you want to stay informed and take action, please go to handsoffourguns.ca.